Mr. Johnson, if we believe that the plaintiffs are entitled to the same rights and benefits of a marriage but not the title, should we consider some form of a civil union as a remedy in this case?
Your Honor, I think that that would fall very far short, and let me explain why. First of all, we all know what marriage is. We all grew up in a society that reveres marriage, and everybody knows that is the consummation of a relationship. It's really the ultimate commitment between two people, and it's the ultimate statement about their relationship and their family. If my clients are given civil unions, they will be given a badge, basically, of second-class citizenship. And I can tell you, sometimes the easiest way to analyze these arguments is to turn them on yourself. You know, I'm happily married to a woman I dearly love. If the state told me that we couldn't be married anymore, but I could have a civil union, I'd feel some loss there. If they told me we couldn't be married, we could have a civil union, but other people could get married, I'd be very upset because they would have taken something away. And what I think is really important here is, again, to keep in mind the matters of common knowledge and common report. We've all heard this debate over marriage equality going on throughout the United States. And the reason that this idea of a civil union is brought up so often is because some people think that same-sex couples aren't deserving of marriage, and that they feel that their marriages would be demeaned if same-sex couples were allowed to have the same title. We all know those arguments have been made. It's no secret. And if same-sex couples were given the title of civil union, everybody would know it was because, well, people didn't think they deserved the title marriage. That would hurt the respect that they get. It would hurt their dignity. And I can tell you, you know, we're dealing with real people here. We have McKinley Barbarowski here, 10 years old, in the courtroom with her parents. You know, she found out that her parents weren't married, and that upset her. She started to cry because she wondered why her family was different than others. And then they tried to find a daycare situation for her, preschool, and they were told by the teacher that McKinley could participate, but she wouldn't be allowed to talk about her family during family week because they weren't married. That hurts people in a serious way. You remember in Brown versus Board of Education, when the United States Supreme Court held that separate schools were not equal. They had a sentence in there that really says it all. They'd said, even if the schools were equal, the children would know that they were being sent to a separate school because they were deemed to be inferior. And the children, they said it would hurt their hearts and their minds in a way from which they might never recover. These are real harms to people, this lack of respect and dignity and equality. The state of Iowa should have no part in that. The state should give them full marriage equality under the same name as everyone else.